actually think it's healthy.
Yeah.
It's healthy that some people specialize only in certain areas. I don't think that everyone has to be the same way.
Yeah, I was going to
Yep.
say this. Is it even possible now for someone to be a generalist in that sense? Because the needs of the community, both our own and wider, is such that we need specialists in certain areas, but it's how they work together with each other where the challenge is. You know, I don't think it's possible now. Maybe Sheikh Omar Suleiman will tell us differently, but to know everything, the complexity of our communities, and recently we've seen even more so, how are you able to actually deal with it and be a specialist in everything? You can't be, but you need to have access to people who are.
Yeah, I think the key is not undermining each other, right?
Yeah.
I have mashayikh that would never go into a protest, for example, or they kind of, you know, they're in the realm of tafsir or in the realm of hadith, and that's what they teach and that's what they do. But at the same time, I would seek nasiha from them in general, and I appreciate their specialty and they're sticking to what they're doing, and it's okay. I think the point is not to undermine one another, right? So I think that's how there's the individual becoming more holistic, which we should always try to keep ourselves balanced by properly, gaining a sufficient knowledge base, even in the areas that we don't necessarily direct our efforts towards, but having enough of a knowledge base to understand the realities of a situation so that we can give holistic advice. So I think on the individual level, there's the spiritual, the balance of personal ibadah. You know, قيام الليل كانوا قليلا من الليل ما يهجعون وبالأسحار هم يستغفرون وفي أموالهم حق للسائل والمحروم. The idea of praying at night and then serving during the day, and what that looks like for the person, but the division of personal ibadah and public ibadah, and then the individual, you know, having a specialty, but then a sufficient knowledge base in different areas, and then directing their efforts in certain areas, which I think is healthy, and then supporting one another. تعاونوا على البر والتقوى. We don't want, you know, I don't think that the Sahaba had this expectation of one another, right? That you have to be exactly like I am. I think the great tarbiyah of the Prophet ﷺ is that he made not Umar radiallahu anhu into an Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu or vice versa, but he made Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu the best possible version of Abu Bakr that he could be. And he made Umar the best possible version of Umar that he could be. And the Ummah needs the rifq of Uthman radiallahu anhu, the hikmah of Ali radiallahu anhu. It needs the quwwah, the strength of Umar radiallahu anhu. And it needs Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu in every way, right? But like the Ummah needs that specializing. And it's important for us to sort of say, okay, I'm not doing all of that, but I'm not going to diminish that person's value to the Ummah right now. Like if someone is analyzing ideological trends and writing about ideological, like I can value that. If someone is focusing on the classical sciences and teaching that, and not diminishing, not belittling people that are maybe doing other elements or working in other spaces, but sticking to their specialty. Like I can admire that and appreciate that. But what needs to happen, inshallah ta'ala, is more of us working together, helping each other understand what we're doing, and then you know, working as one ummah, inshallah ta'ala, for the betterment of everyone around.